So here we are again. It's now been months and I've been asking for information on the land, which is very simple. That's it. And nobody, none of you so far, not Robert, not Val, not Marie, not Tony, has decided to say, let's just do the right thing. That's very simple. Provide information on the land. So here we go again. Val has said, no, I'm not giving it to you. And Robert again has agreed and remained silently complicit. And so has Tony and Marie. So let's now look at that again under the lens of that which is right, just, God, Christian, Christ-like, Spirit, Holy Spirit of God within inside of you that you're all proclaiming. That's the standard with which I'm judging all the decisions. You send music and it's like tinkering cymbals, as the Bible would say. Because talk alone won't cut it. You are all here because, again, somebody like Martin Luther King, a man of God, did not just talk. He marched and did a lot of things physically. God used him so that people like you all can come here now in freedom and don't have to pick cotton and mango and oranges and pear and cotton. Because they walked and they marched to Rosa Parks and John Lewis and Jesse Jackson. They did something, not just sing. So stop sending music. First of all, I have sent enough music in addition to doing. So what did Jesus do? He did not just sing and praise God. In fact, it was the Bible who said, even if the people come and need God, feed them first. Do something. He said to Moses, what's in your hand? Use it. Don't just go and talk to Pharaoh. We're going to take action. He said to Abraham, do something. Leave your family. Get out. And that includes, even when he sent Jonah to go do something in Nineveh. Don't just go sing. Do something that's just and righteous. And if you all know the story, Jonah tried to evade it and was trapped. So we must do something. So let's look at what you have done. None of you so far have said, let's provide information since it's for everyone. That's it. That's all I've ever been asking for. That's it. So we know clearly that we have not done that, and you ask yourself, what does that represent? And so now we must take a look back at what you have done. And we have to go all the way back again. And again, Robert, again, because you have taken on the mantle of always seem to be siding with one person and always seem to be justifying that which is wrong and not giving credit to anything that is right and not even saying that it is right. And so we're gonna repeat those things again, going all the way back 20, 30, 40 years. And again, remember, if we need forgiveness, read the book of Romans. You don't keep on doing that which is wrong so that you might be forgiven. How about doing that which is right so that there's no need for forgiveness? And so we can go back to all the dealings. You guys will not get tired of hearing it because I'll make sure you continue to hear it. Because we can't on the one hand, on one side of our lips, be saying God, God, song, song. And then on the other side, we are saying evil, evil. So, on every occasion again, pretty much bar none, whether it be my agreement with all of you and Val to do equipment, whether it's my agreement with all of you and Val to do land and to spend money, whether it's my agreement to loan money, whether it's my agreement with all of you for $5 a month issues, whether it's my agreement with all of you to help a nephew or a niece out of any given situation where people have quit. I have always been there, honoring siblings' agreement every single time. Spending money, whether it be for land or buying equipment or $5 a month contribution, whatever it is, you just name it. I have always honored all of the agreement between us. And there's a lot of lies been told. We'll tell you how we deal with those. And on the other hand, you have all breached it, either directly or by participating and been silently complicit with those who breach it. You all know that. We have gone through this many times. And so now we have to compare that and put it up against scriptures. What have you done? Not only have you never, ever, ever, any of you, not even once on one occasion, I said, you know what, Dexton, you're right. You have actually done these things and they're not right. So even if you think your job and your responsibility is to continue to agree with the person who continues to breach all the agreement and defraud and to steal, even if you think that in the name of brotherhood, that's okay. Even if you think that it's okay to forgive all that, why is it not okay to address the concerns of the person who has never ever breached any of the agreements, who have always contributed, paid money, spent money and lost it due to thievery or fraud? Why is that not okay? Why have you never ever any of you addressed that? That's where the challenge really comes in. Because it can't be goodness, grace and mercy to say to the one who is always stealing, you're forgiven because you're a brother, or doing the wrong things, to give all the accolades and everybody agree with that. But while you're doing that, you're in disagreement with the person who has never, same brother, who has never breached the agreement and who has always contributed and lost the money. If you guys can't see something wrong with that equation, so that's the problem. And I give you an example of how you do this thing if you're serious rather than song and music. A lot of lies comes up with a lot of stuff, because what happens is that when you're structurally deceptive, instead of accepting the truth and trying to remedy it, you come up with a lot of lies and a lot of stuff to shift the focus. But again, it doesn't work with me, never has, never will. There was a situation that was mentioned with, let me give you an example. Richard and BMW. Everything else is a lie, but it is true that when Richard's father died, again, at all times, I'm the one with the responsibility of stepping up to the plate. So yeah, I do recall I had taken that car when it was released from the police station, I think a 2002 BMW model. From way back in the 80s, I believe, when he died. I believe there was a Phil Smith, to the best of my recollection, and I believe there was a $10,000 he paid for that car. Very, very maximum. It might have been less. Remember now, this is $10,000. Jamaican dollars. Do the math. Obviously, I had to pay some expenses, so the net of it would be less than the 10,000. And that was mentioned when people trying to shift the focus. Everything, all the other stuff is lies, nothing like that. So I won't even address those. Let me give you guys an example of how you deal with that and how you remedy it, rather than sing and songs or ignore the truth. This is what you do. And I can pat my chest to show you an example of how you do it when you're gonna say God, God, Bible, Bible. How you must address the issue rather than deny it, rather than quarrel about it, rather than remain silent about it. Nope. You're gonna go back like I did. And you're gonna calculate if I put $10,000 Jamaican dollars in a bank account in the 1980s. Mark, it should have been less because they were expenses. And then you're gonna find out what would be the interest rate for the last 40 years from in the 80s, year after year, and you're gonna take that 10,000 and you're gonna add the interest for every year for 40 years and you're gonna capitalize it, and you're gonna see what would the equivalent of it be today. And then you're gonna convert that to US dollars and pay the person. It's not really gonna be a lot. Do the math. That's what you do. That's what you do. If you all have the capacity to follow that, you don't make excuses. You don't ignore it. You don't pretend it didn't happen. You don't pretend that you did not jeopardize the future and steal from nephews, nieces, and brothers and sisters and your own kids. You don't do that. You do the right thing. How about that? I want you guys to meditate upon that and absorb that. Separate and apart from you're the same one who lent the same person 1 week ago $7,000 US dollars. And that's none of your business. Won't get into all of that. And the same person who could have said, man, I've already done so much for you and contributed so much in other areas. And you all know that too is true. But no. You don't say any of that. You go back and you did the calculation from the 80s. You had all the interest, assuming that it was there put away. And you remedy the situation. So as long as you guys don't want to confront the truth, none of you, even now we're talking, Robert has never stepped up to the plate and said, just give him the location of the property, or you come out and just say what it is. No, you have not done that. That's how you all speak to me. And that's how I get to know who you really are in spirit and in truth. Everything else is foolishness. Take it to somebody else. All of that speaks for itself. And again, all I need is the information concerning the land, the lawyer, any numbers associated with it, the location, the address. Because I'm not interested in all of it. I am just interested in that little parcel that rightfully belongs to me, my kids, to do what I determine I need to do with it. That's it. That's not difficult. So I'm commanding you, Robert, to step up to the plate. Prove yourself even once. You have already proven very, very clearly. Because in all the situations, you have never, ever once said, boy, Val, you're wrong, the extension. Never once. Because in your book, as long as you're siblings, it's okay to steal, defraud, lies, and do the same thing over and over. And as long as you're siblings, it's wrong to do the right thing all the time. Because that's what I've been doing. And nobody has ever once commended, complimented, or just, in other words, it turn it all and cuss me out at all times in favor of the one who's doing the opposite. So your standards, I'll never be able to come down to those levels and those standards, because that's not the way I interpret righteousness, godliness. Those things are of a serious different satanic, demonic levels to me. I can't comprehend it, and I will never get down to those levels. But I want to bring it all to your attention. So there you have it. So I'm asking Robert, step up to the plate. Tony, Maureen, Val, I'm commanding you all. Trust me. That's all I'm asking for. That's all I've been asking for. And that's all I need. And it will be done. That's all I need. The location, the address, the specific information concerning the land. Stop show your evil by not just passing on the information and bring everything to closure. That's all there is to it.